fine to show up and we can just ignore you and just fucking cry about it. Or you can be fucking professional about it and come to the dock outside you there.
Make this not so painful evolution.
I fill it in a beefy so you can get an accurate count.
Get the army guy.
Yeah.
Hey, put yours right here, facing this direction.
Okay. First on bell. Got one more.
32 and 1.
131 and 1. Next over first on. Benny. Benny. One squad.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that?
Is that all you got to watch? Major, always a pleasure to see you again.
Hey, sir. Great seeing you. How you doing?
Doing well, sir.
Good, sir. Gosh.
Tight. Out, No, sir. 3-6, ESB, engineers, got quite a mix.
Okay. Always sailors with us, Marines. Good to see you. And good afternoon to our Afghan brothers.
What's the schedule?
This is Sergeant Major Carlton Kent, checking the schedule. 16th Sergeant Major of the United States Marine Corps. And I don't think anybody was here at Thanksgiving, but we try to come about every 4 months or so. Be thinking right now about questions, if you will. And in this particular instance, our visit really serves two purposes. One, go before the Congress and testify, and we can tell them on a first-hand basis that we've just been to Afghanistan. We've talked to our Marines, and this is what they say. This is what they think. So it helps kind of pump us up as well. First thing I want to do is congratulate the 3-6 a long time against this requirement. And to give you a little bit of background on what happened after the president made his decision, really just shortly after the first of the year. 1-6 before the end of the year, you all very shortly just after that. You know, we're not living before we deploy. And that's how we were able to do that. But we felt all along that it was important, that thought process of momentum. So again, hats off to both 1-6 and 3-6 and any others that were in this as we get on deck, get familiar with the countryside, and get ready for what follows. Let's talk for just a second about it. Is going to be the biggest operation of its kind in Afghanistan, and it's probably going to be tough. We hear varying estimates of how many truly bad guys are in there, but enough that there are going to be some tough days ahead. How many people here have been to Afghanistan before? Show of hands, please. Okay, a few of you. How many people here have been to Iraq? Okay, many more. A second time to Iraq. Third time. Anybody? 4? Marjah, in many ways, to Fallujah 2. That was a strong symbol to the insurgents, to the Al-Qaeda, to the Iraqi people, and we were there to stay. We were indeed the strongest tribe. And we weren't going to settle for some place in RAO that we weren't going to go. And that's exactly the lesson of Marjah. Waiting to see who's going to win this thing, I think are going to be very, very convinced after Marjah. In this situation before, rely on your buddies on either side of you, okay? Because that's what's going to get you through this thing in the final analysis. Sometimes sharper can make your shooting more accurate, consume you. Okay, if you've got one residing fear, it ought to be that somehow you fail to do your job and that, I think, should satisfy most of you, because most of you joined the Marine Corps to be in this very condition. And now, by golly, here you are. Going to take unnecessary casualties if a building has to be brought down. Your brother's in the air or over your shoulder. That's the way we fight. And nobody's been able to stop us. What you do, and wish you all the best in the day.
Thanks for continuing the legacy of our Corps. You know, the Corps is going to future. You know, if you look at legacy of the Corps, it's the war-fighting spirit that every Marine has had since 1775. And you prove that every day. You know, I would tell you straight up right now, the people of America love the United States because you are the nation's 911 force in readiness. And that's a fact. And you know, you don't have to beat your chest and brag about it.
Question. Well, we're not there yet, okay? But I tend to think that after Marjah, that message is going to resonate even stronger than it has. And so, you know, hard to say, but I have to think that when he realizes we can come into what he considers the strongest area that he's got in Helmand, toughest province in the country right now, that's going to send a pretty strong message to the insurgents, to the people on the other side of the border, to the Afghans, and I think all those things are positive. Sergeant Major, anything on that?
That they stay in Marjah to finish the job. We're not going to put them in, put out the fire, and then bring them out. They're going to go.
Okay, sir. Question is, generally, how does the public of America or the people view what's going on right now with Marjah? Do they know anything about it, or what exactly is happening back in America, and how do they see this?
Okay. Now, increasingly, the people of the country understand there's a big fight looming. They couldn't give you any detail. They probably couldn't remember the name of the place yet. They'll remember it pretty soon. But I think they sense that there's a fight looming simply because you're seeing it more and more in the press. And you know, your brigade commander said something earlier about how that's perceived in the region. You know, we're not making any secrets of the fact we're going in there. And when you do, I mean, these people, they say what they're going to do, they do it, and then they stay. You know, the president talked about moving forces out by 2011. My honest opinion is that you may see
Nation in our core. It's truly warriors like you that the American people look at and say they are proud to be a damn American because of what the Marines are doing. So again, God bless y'all and Simplify Dallas.
Let me echo what Sergeant Major's saying. I mean, if there's any doubt in your mind, and it gets back to, I might or might not agree with the president's policies, but when it comes to supporting the troops, they are there. And however this thing turns out, you know, they're gonna be there for you. An example of that: 40 of your fellow Marines are going to be at the Super Bowl tomorrow. Wounded Warriors, given tickets by the Cleveland Browns organization to go down to Miami and be at the game. The Injured Marine Simplify Association, they take care of each other. Hoorah! Hoorah!
کماندان صاحب گفته که برای 3 دقیقه همراهتان صحبت کنم پیش از اینکه من از صحابی
And I wanted to say
بسیار زیاد میگه تشکر از اینکه از شرق افغانستان و جنوب افغانستان آمدین و میخواین بخشی از این عملیات در این ساحه باشین که بسیار یک رول عمده و مرکزی را داره. بسیار زیاد تشکر.
You may have heard me say to the Marines, Marjah is a bad place. It's where the Taliban have a command and control, a drug center.
مارجا یکی از ولسوالی‌های است که سوق اداره دشمن در اون ساحه میباشد.
Sergeant Major, don't want to hold you.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen you since California.
Hey,
You asked Chaplain Rouse to pray for me and my Marines.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Chaplain Stuart Mason.
Yeah.
Right.
How you doing?
Good to see you again, Sergeant Major.
Chaplain Rouse.
قطعه مارین خوش دارن و یک قطعه شجاع مارین هم هست و قطعه ما هم شجاع.
They're very interested to work with the brave Marines over here, and they're proud of their job.
Okay, brother. Hey, thank you.
Ready?